Pearl. Today, I'm super excited to share with you some layouts that really it's been a joy to put together to share your family story. I hope it inspires you. It is 2 particular layout sets that you'll be able to go ahead and enjoy and seeing the full process of creation, as well as guiding you and hopefully inspiring you to create your own. And I just want to give you a warm welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome, Radiant Pearl. If you are returning, I'm so glad that you're a part of the family. And I do want to invite you to stay connected. I am Stacey's aunt, and I create faith-based content to help build you up and encourage you in your faith and to help you to fearlessly create. And so we are going to spend some time in fearlessly creating today. And I do want to encourage you as we go through this process that you maybe tune out the distractions and just enjoy and hopefully be encouraged through the process of really seeing all that it entails to tell your family story, how simple it can be, how fun it can be, how enticing and exciting it can be as we continue to delve together. I invite you to definitely comment, like, subscribe, and let's stay engaged because there's so much more ahead as we craft, create fearlessly together in community and beyond. All right, so we are going to first just go ahead and see what we have here on this easel. So we have this magnetic ruler. Then we have these magnets as well. All right. So I'm going to keep this out of the reach of children. That's what is on here. And it's going to be used to hold our items down. So they really thought of everything where this is concerned. So let's go ahead and get our items. Oh, it rolls, but it stays. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and get our actual material here. So the first thing, I've started laying out here. So we're just going to place this, and I love this feature that it has a little slot here that we can place our scrapbook page in to keep it intact. All right, and then we have our magnets to keep it, keep it where it needs to be here, maybe on the sides. All right, or if we have different things that we're working on here. All right, so that's pretty cool. All right, so to keep everything in its place. And then this one I've started working on as well. And let's just take off some of the items here so we can place it in its slot. And it's okay if things decide to go where it wants to. We'll get it back in place. All right, so the very cool thing about this is that you have time. As you can see, I've already started thinking about my layout and what I would want to have go where. So as you can see here, we have 2 different kinds of text that I already printed and cut on my Cricut. And so we just want to go ahead and stick. I have these smaller magnets, which are just perfect for really keeping multiple things. This one is a much, there we go. It's like a very strong magnet. So this one may be a little bit too strong for this. If we want to have that quick option to move things around, I think these little ones are perfect. And I have multiple different designs. So just really setting up everything where you would like it. I think that will really be helpful. And then we can just lay everything down in completing. And what I'll do for this particular layout, I will make a actual guide so that it will be very easy for those who want to duplicate what I'm creating here. So this I'm going to have to add back the eye because I see those little pieces. You have to keep tabs on them or they will go missing. Let's put this from in the middle so we know everything is safe and secure. So my thought process behind this as I'm just laying things out and putting them in the place. So you have the circles, you know, you can really mix and match a lot of beautiful designs and the patterns. Oh, look at that, it got my magnets. Patterns by simply adding stripes, dots, and florals. So that's usually a really good, even when it comes to design, those are really great mixtures. So you see I have the stripes going that way, the stripes going this way. This came with this pack, so you know it's supposed to be coordinated. And just so many ways to just keep things nice and organized. It looks like this has to stay in this position so that it can stay still. So FYI, if you're going to use this particular tool. All right, so that pretty much this is another way to stick it down, and then also to get the measurements of your items. So we know these are 6 by 6. These are 6 by 6. Let's see here, sheets. All right, so almost just about there. And what we're going to go ahead and do now is see where we're going to put what photos. So I did want to tell the family story before I had my lovely little darling and radiant pearl, and kind of juxtaposition what it was like before, you know, when it was just my hubby and I here. And this is a Christmas party. And once again, feel free to use your magnets. This entire pack here is so ideal because there's so many, and you can literally put it at every item on your layout. All right, so this, just to give an idea here, our family story, and this is a continuation layout. So we have the photos there, and then we have these that I've printed. So now that Emmy's here, this is the same place that we were at how many years ago. And let's see here on the back, we do have the exact year. So this is 2017. Look at that. That's what I love about these photos, getting them printed. If you're printing them at home like I did these with photo paper, then you want to go ahead and print the information on your journaling or on the back. So you'll have that, and your family will have that for years to come. And this is also Emmy's first Christmas with us. I thought it would be really neat to have both this and that showing our story. Look at that. Look at her sweet face. All right, so that's pretty much, I don't want to really cover any of the photos, so I am thinking that we're gonna have a little bit of overlap here. We'll make it work. We shall surely make it work. And this one may not need any backing, but certainly this is going to be a focal point in the story. So I am certainly going to add a backing. And one of the things that I do have that I'm going to test and see is if this particular, no, this is actually too small. So we'll have to cut it based on what this measurement is, this photo measurement, which is a 5 by 5. I could leave it like that, but I think it will add another special touch to have that white background layer at the back. So we're going to try that. This one already, I added it in because of the size of this photo, so that it could be that square size. And these were printed as a 4 by 6 with the actual size. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these because I think that's a little bit too much white on the sides, and we want to see more of the background, along with maybe adding our actual photo mat on the back. So let me get my scissors here, giving you an idea of the why here and the purpose here. So all I'm gonna do here, use my handy dandy scissors and cut it down to size. I could use my trimmer, but I feel like this will just be very quick and easy to follow here this particular white. See, and once again, if you don't want anything falling, you want everything to be in its place, you just add your magnet directly on your items there. How cool is that? All right, and then we're going to do that for the other side. I'm super excited about this layout. Let me know if you are working on your own layout, sharing your family story as a continuation of what we have gone over in our summit, and that will continue to really delight in. Look, see, it's falling. So if you want things to stay in place, you definitely want to use your magnets. All right. All right. And then I'll be showing you what I'm going to use as my embellishment and clusters. And I am going to use stamp as well to tell the story along with some journaling. So I'm super excited about that. And really creating a layout from scratch isn't as difficult as you would think it would be. It takes a little bit of thought, but it's well worth the thought, right? The thought of really what you want your family story to include and what kind of stories you want to tell and pass down for generations to come. A big part of our story is serving in the body of Christ, serving our community. So we have a lot of photos in church, but we also have a lot of photos doing service. And see this, gotta probably use my little picker up tool here. Let's see, that may be a lot easier. All right, so I think I want to add another little backing. This is young hubby and wife here. Let's see if it has the info. So this is also from 2017. Doesn't mean that I took the pictures then, it means that I printed the pictures then. So bear that in mind. All right, so we've got that. Okay, so I'll need another one of my handy dandy magnets. We have more than enough, so let's utilize them. Let's put that up here. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and move to the next portion, which is getting our ephemera. We've already gotten a bit of our pieces out, as you saw there. And just to show you a quick, lovely peek at another quick little spread idea with this background where you can have your ephemera printed together so that you don't have to do the double layers like I did here. And this is just a print and cut instead of cutting and then putting together. All right, so this is another fun combination with the papers. I just had to show you this really quickly because I'm having so much fun getting it all together and want you to be a part of the fun in creation. And let me know in the chat definitely what you're most excited about as we get ready for our second portion of, or third portion. So the first portion was really spending time in thinking through your layout and getting your paper where you want it and your title. And then the second part is really getting your pictures together and getting those pictures on your layout, thinking through the size so you can know what you're going to have them be placed on and where. So that's the second thing, is the picture printing and layout on your sheet and on your scrapbook page. And now thirdly, we're going to go ahead and get our ephemera pieces or clusters prepared, prepped, and on the page. All right, so you can see I already cut one of the twigs here with this particular die cut machine. So we're going to go ahead and do that with the others and just cut each of them down to size, and just wanted to give you an idea and a look at each of these. So we've already done that one. We're going to do this one now. This just requires a small little piece. Alright, so we'll just cut that closer to the bottom here. Trying not to waste any paper, but probably can't use that small piece, so we'll just do it like that. And then we just put it down on this, make our quick little sandwich, and then we put it through. All right, so we've got that. We see all the pieces. There it is. All right, so I just have that. Look how lovely that is. I love the shimmer. All right, so we're just getting all of them. Look how quick and easy it is to get these little pieces done. So I'm going to do the rest and show you the finished result. All right, so I just wanted to show you all the ephemera pieces. So as you saw, I'm going to be showing a photo of my baby who was just not even a day old. It was on the day of her birth, and we had that lovely photo. So I am going to do this particular stamp set right on that particular page, and I did do some hearts, so you see the hearts here. This is the last die cut set that I worked with, and so we'll put this over back in its package. And then what we're going to do here, these are all the other pieces, just so you have an idea. I'm going to be adding this, which show up here, right here. Right, so we have the take flight right here. Let your dreams take flight, and she's dreaming and sleeping, so I thought that would be a really nice sentiment to place up there, and I'll show you that. So that's from that Stampin' Thin Cuts, and then we have from this Stampin' Thin Cuts as well. You just can use any florals, but I want to add some more roses since we did have a bit of the roses in bloom, and then of course our girl bow, our girl bowie. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp those. Let's see that up close. All right, so we're going to stamp those, and then these are our other ephemera pieces and the two colors I mentioned earlier that we're going to add and get in its place. We're going to go ahead and stamp. I'm just going to show you at least one here, and see we have all these gorgeous colors. So I want the mom to be in a magenta color. It will actually match the photo for what my darling daughter was wearing, Emmeline. So we're going to go ahead and get this prepped here. All right, and then we are going to place this down where we want it. So that it can pick it up after we know where it's supposed to go on this particular cling. There we go. I think it's lined up nicely here. All right, so put that, leave that right there to pick it up. It's picking up the paper as well, so let's see if we can get it to stay where it needs to stay. It's a tricky thing sometimes about these stamps, and it's fun though. It's just something that you have to pay attention to the details. All right, so we want this to stay in the right place, so we're going to leave that right here. And then the beautiful thing with this magnet is we can keep it right where it needs to go. Right there. All right, so let's go ahead and get this ink. This particular one is the Petunia Pop. Yay, we definitely want it to pop. And it does have different languages of this particular stamp set on the back. So, all right, so this is our first time getting this out. So we'll just go ahead and push it this way. All right, and then we're gonna stamp up. Our stamp here. Look how lovely. And you could use a roller brush, but let's just try this first. This should suffice. All right, so we've gotten the ink on there, and now we won't completely close it yet because we may need to use it again. All right, so now that we don't have any shifting happening, let's go ahead and pull this up and let's add it. Oh, how sweet. My sweet darling. All right. Look how lovely that is. Sweet baby. All right, so that was good for the first time. Let's get this ink off. Let's get it on here. And then we'll just clean this off because I think this will be a nice image to have on here, just to see exactly how much ink we've got to work with. Okay, so it's just a faint. So now we can just clean that off, and then we'll get to stamping the other pieces. As you can see, I've been playing in some ink, and my table has been as well. So what I'm going to do is clean it up here. Just get some wipes, getting our area nice and fresh for placing all the pieces together. All right, so now that we are nice and clean, we have a nice clean surface and soon to be clean hands. I just want to show you all the pieces here. All right, so we used all of these stamps. All right, so that's the Summer Splash, the Petunia Pop, the Shy Shamrock, and the Peach Pie, and the Pretty in Pink. All right, so here are our pieces that we stamped after die cutting. All right, so we've gotten all of our colors together. We even have our little hearts, and then we have our ephemera pieces. So let's get a little bit closer here. How fun are these pieces? Oh my word, I'm so excited to put them on our layout. All right, and those were with this die cut here. And then the stamps were with, and I'm just putting everything here to the side for easy access if we decide we need more on our spread. So these were the stamps. And this is a Sweet Bouquet, and Dreams Take Flight, and then Welcome Sweet One. Welcome Sweet One. All right, let's get ready to put all of these lovely ephemera pieces onto our scrapbook layout. One of the things that I wanted to show you, so I was able to go ahead and find the dot for the eye, yay! And these were included in some of the place card kits for your scrapbooking. So what I'm going to do now is just utilize them for the ones that fit, which this is a 4x4, so we will be able to go ahead and place this kind of like as a little side mat there. All right, And we could add another one on the other side, but I think this will be enough just to get that sort of pop. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do with that. And then these are the 4x6 mats as well. So it works out really well when you want to get that extra pop there to your photo and choosing what side you want it. I'm going to do it to this side so we kind of have a frame effect going on both sides. And I just love that this is where this is going to really give you a good look at everything, the overlaps and everything, using our magnets there. And then once we have everything where we want it, then we are going to use our adhesive. All right, so we have that there. These are all of my ephemeras. So we're gonna place those where we want them as well. All right, so keeping in line with that, we're just gonna add all of our extra pieces that we want. And last night, since I made this into a two-part project, what I did, I stamped and I die cut it, and then of course stamped each of my ephemera pieces that I wanted to use. I love that I've welcomed this little blessing who's now a part of our family story. I figured I can add that here in the center, and of course featuring her. And then of course do a welcome, sweet little one. So darling there. And let your dreams take flight can go up top here. Welcome, sweet little one. Here it is. We're like celebrating her and showcasing that right there. So I'm gonna add all the other flourishes here in a moment. And we have quite a bit of these amazing glittery ones with our glitter paper in the pack. But let's go ahead and add the rest of our mat here that I want to do at the back of each of the photos to really let the photo pop a little bit more. So let's get that in place before we add all these other extra pieces, and that will allow everything to be as how we want it. All right. Just play around with it until you enjoy where your placements are. I just think it adds just a nice classy touch there to your layouts when you have this. And one thing to do is that if you know you're going to be creating a lot of layouts, it would probably be wise to cut quite a few, make most of your prints in the particular style that you want it. And this one already has a white, so I'm going to leave that as is, and then we'll just add another one to this one, and we'll probably, I would have added it up top, but I don't know if that's going to work, just because I know the styling is a little bit different here. I think I'm going to have to pull this down a little bit more to get what I want here. And then let's remove this because we have a little bit more space, and we're leaving space for journaling as well. Bear that in mind. All right, so if we do that there, we can pull this down a little bit more, and then we have room to add our mat over to the side. There we go. Look at that. All right, so those are just nice little pops. I really love how it just really looks like you've planned out your pieces. Lovely. There we go. All right, so I think what we want to do now, we have an idea of where we want to put all the other pieces. Like this one, I want to put here. But I want to stick everything down first, and then we can add all these extra pieces knowing that it's down. Yeah, I think that will look nice there. And she is dreaming, so let your dreams take flight. I love how this pulls in. With the stamping, you can do the ombre effect, like ombre. Let's go ahead and see that up close. Look at that. So let your dreams take flight, and it took in the color of both of the mats there that are interlapping in this set. And that's the beauty of having the suite that you can work with. So fun. All right, so I'm gonna get everything down before I add all the last little bits of embellishments and show you an up-close look at everything. And oh, this is so fun. Just the extra little doodads is gonna really make everything pop and shine and come together wonderfully. Just to give you at least a look at one of my adhesives, so let's do this page first because I think that's going to be easier. So we'll go ahead and at least put our focal darling here. Let's get her on to her mat. All right, and figure, just make it simple. I'll go ahead and use this real quick. So you can use a tape runner. If you want it to have dimensions, you can use your actual tapes that were in. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, for a lot of projects like this one that I recently did a unboxing and demo of a card making project, then you can actually utilize this particular tape if you want to have it be very simple as well. And then you can use these, let me just get that here, the squares. So that's the raised squares as adhesive if you want your pieces to kind of pop off the page. And I will use these as examples to kind of show you and give you an up close look once I have done so. So let's enjoy seeing the results of that. All right, so now that we've added the adhesive to everything here, on this page, we are going to go ahead and add our embellishments here. So first, I know I wanted to put this in the center, kind of like an offshoot from our border there. And going into the next photo, my sweet darling dreaming and sleeping there at 1 day old. So we're going to go ahead and add these. I think I still want this to kind of be directly on the actual layout, so we don't need it to pop out. Let's do it at an angle, like she's rocking her baby to sleep. And you remember, we can always remove it. You saw earlier the stickiness of the runner tape is perfect for if you need to replace and move things to different locations. All right, so that's good there. Let's go ahead and add this. I know I said I wanted to add this particular pack right here. So maybe welcome little one, welcome sweet one to her first Christmas. Oh, such a beautiful blessing. All right, so we could put that there. I just want to make sure I know exactly where these are going to go. Let your dreams take flight. That we can put right here. Yes, I think that will work. All right, so let your dreams take flight. We'll go right here. My lovely other embellishments is trying to hang out here. Let your dreams take flight. We're leaving a little bit of space too for journaling that we may want to add. And of course, we're going to gemify this and make it even more fun and sparkly. All right, so we have here a lovely heart. Yes, we can add that pop of heart right there. And I think I want that to pop out. So we are going to add from the kit. And let's do one of our raised adhesives, right? So we're just going to add that on the back here. The love is just oozing out. And then we just remove that layer that also allows it to stick. Let your dreams take flight, my darling. Yes. Oh, I'm loving it already. Can you see that pop there? So fun. Yes. It almost looks like it goes with the background because the colors go so well. All right, so we're going to do some more of the heart. This one is a bit smaller, so I'm just going to add one of our dots. Remember the little dots that we got in the kit. All of these are coming in super handy. If you already use them up for your kit, then you have leftovers, by all means, or maybe you are repurposing your items for, you're using it alternatively for your scrapbook layout, then you just have these items. All right, welcome, sweet one. And then we're finishing up what we want to have on this page. You know, we have to have these cute little bowies. She has that bow there. Let's see. Yes, that will go wonderfully there. Oh, how lovely. Welcome, sweet one. All right, and then let's see. Now to add some of our clusters and embellishments. So that will, I think that will look lovely over to the side. Let's see. So we'll do that. Once again, this is why this comes in so handy using this tape, because now I want to put my embellishments there. Probably have some journaling here, and we'll add the embellishments, but I don't want it to go by the picture. So I think that'll be good right there. And then this one. We're going to do a more staggered look. So we're going to have our, and then we are going to have, of course, these were already put together with our glue. And now we are just going to add this onto our layout and scrapbook here. And I do love that this creates little to no mess when you use a tape like this. All right, so we have our, and it's also movable. So that's also ideal. Our family, and then we have story. Just a little bit of a staggered look there. All right, we'll put that there. Alright, so our family. story. All right, now that we've gotten all of our pieces and embellishments on, yay for it being on the page as it should be here. So we're just going to add our final touches and look at the detailing. How fun. All right, so I definitely want to add some of our embellishments that came in this collection. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but I certainly did, that our roses as well as our bows and flowers could do with some coloring in for some more pop of color instead of just the white stamp. So we're going to do some of that as well. All right, so this is just added fun little touches to complete your layout. We want the eye there, the dot to be there as well. I just wanted to add just that extra little gem popping out. All right, so family, and let's see where else we want to add a gem in the bow. And let's do the pink gem, I think will be fine. Right there. How lovely. All right, and let's add a little bit of color so you can see. We'll decide if we want to add any more gems over here. I know we're going to add over here as well. And let's see, so we have these beautiful colors. I think it'll be lovely to let this pop with our color here. So we have two sides. We have the brush side, and then we have for writing. All right, so kind of want to give a little bit of that ombre shade effect. So I hope you enjoyed this fun project, and just being able to add all of these amazing elements to make our spreads completely personal and wonderful, and of course showcasing the story that we want to tell for our family, for hopefully a lifetime, for generations to come. So I'm going to give you an up close look at all the details here. I left a little space for journaling, so journaling can be done up top here if I so choose, as well as right here. And I think I'm going to handwrite something and place it there. So a little space right here as well to add some story, and another set of embellishments could even go here. But I'm super excited about how this has turned out, and I'd love to see if there's a layout that you are working on as on social media, and you can share it in our group, our Facebook group, but also let me know if you feel like the series of telling your family story is something that you are going to take advantage of, or that you want to see more of. How are you telling your family story currently, and how is this inspiring you to tell your family story? Definitely want to spend some time as the woman, as the mother, as the nurturer. You're a historian. You're telling the story of your family, your loved ones, and it's just so important because it's all in the details, right? And there's just so much that we can get from just remembering and reflecting all that we have been through and the breakthrough that we have experienced. And in my case, waiting on the Lord. Just to give you a little backstory, this is so very radiant and precious, you know, even directly to our family story, because for years we enjoyed experiences like this during Christmas as a couple and on our own, with, you know, not our own family in terms of our own children, and, you know, just praying and waiting and trusting in the Lord for the breakthrough and for the healing in a specific area in order to experience the breakthrough, which I've gone in depth in the Live Again testimony on my channel, as well as through the project, and I'll link to that as well here. But it's so very important to not give up hope, and to just remain vigilant in praying and storytelling and trusting and believing and creating fearlessly and radiantly until that promise comes. And so yes, now we are celebrating these very moments that we've enjoyed times before on our own. We're celebrating it with our little one. So enjoy, and just be encouraged on your journey to continue to keep the faith, to trust, and see the beauty that you're creating in the process. Until next time, see you again very soon on the next one.